Howdy train fans, welcome back to the Chattanooga Southern. So I've been spent some time last night doing some catch-up work and a little bit this morning on two videos that I posted before my father-in-law went into hospice. And several of you have asked, what's the status of that. So the first one I wanted to kind of go over is the Kadees uncoupling, clipping the trip pins. I went back and watched my other video and noticed that I had couldn't talk for some reason and was calling it knuckle, and I don't know what I was on, probably lack of sleep. But anyway, so 28 of you replied to that email and gave you comments and whatnot. So thank you very much for that. It was nice to hear the results of that. So I'm going to kind of try to summarize that. 5 of you replied upon others' replies and some conversations back and forth about tools and whatnot, but just kind of want to summarize. So out of the 28 of you, basically 17 of you say you keep them to some level, right, or other. 11 of you said you just flat out cut them off, just get rid of them, right? Now, those of you that said that you cut them off for specific problems on your layout, I left you in the keep category, right, as kind of like an asterisk keep. A lot of you were mentioning around the fact that you do use the magnetic ramps or some magnets of some kind. A number of you use tools like the ones I showed in my tool video, the sticks. This is a pen. And some of you actually use a specially designed Z-type metal wire tool to pull the trip pins themselves, especially in curves. But a couple of the main reasons that you all partially cut off these things, and when I say partially, I'm talking about just clipping a little bit of the end off, is for interference with turnouts and diamonds. Those were the two biggest ones. I did see one person mention that they only clip that pin off when they have a KD on the front of a steam locomotive, that are pretty much just there for looks. They don't actually use it for any kind of coupling or uncoupling on their things. Again, one person said half their fleet's still on hook horns, right? I think I've still got a couple myself that are on hook horns, so I feel you there, right? A number of you have started making the switch to the scale couplers that KD makes, which for me, I have already invested so much money on the KD 5s, we'll call them, right? I think that's where I'm going to stay. I'm not going to make the switch back to scales. I mean, yeah, they do look a lot better, right? Look a lot more realistic, but I'm not going to make that expense. So, yeah, so, it's really kind of almost dead even. The decision that I have made has to do with a problem I discovered the other day. I am actually going to keep the pins. And the reason being is, and I'm going to take you around here real quick to show you, back in this area over in here, I cannot reach with even being 6'3" and my long wingspan, I cannot reach back in there. And you can actually see that I've placed a couple of uncoupling ramps back in there. So for both of those two, both the main line and the siding, I need to be able to do some uncoupling. Also, right here where I dug out my uncoupling ramp, right there, for the siding going into South Chattanooga, I'm going to have to put some kind of uncoupling device there. So I will be keeping the trip pins. I do have the KD uncoupling tool, the original, not the knockoff that I think Micromark has and a couple other people have. I use it. I haven't gotten that good about it. One person did have a really good idea, because people say they kind of look like brake hoses, but they don't really look like brake hoses. They clip them just enough to make them look like they're hanging down, but still functional, and they paint the tip of it with a silver paint to make it look like the quick uncoupling couplers that are on those hoses. So I thought that was a neat idea. I might have to try that on one car to see if I like it or not. So it looks like it's a pretty dead even. Clip them or keep them. So there you have it. There's the results from the uncoupling Kadees thing, and thank you again to all of you that have chimed in what you do and why you do it. Really appreciate that feedback, and I'm sure my viewers also got something out of that as well. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you on down the tracks. Bye.